What is up, everybody? Welcome to the 12th episode of the Happy Hour podcast. I am no longer doing that corny ass intro.
You don't like it no more?
No, it's not that I don't like it. I was, going around asking for feedback on our show, and one of the things that people were talking about was the intro. They felt like it was unauthentic. And, to be honest with y'all, like if y'all met me in person, I am not that corny. So I'm corny, but I'm not that fucking level of corny. Like, that was like trying way too hard. So I get it. But I'm Cousin P. This is my co-host, May May.
Hi.
And we are trying out a new format. Matter of fact, we're not even trying out a new format. This is kind of how the show began.
Yeah.
Right? This is really actually
going back to your roots.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Like we said on one of the first episodes is, when me and Megan would get together and talk, it was just a conversation. I feel like we were
some debates.
Yeah.
For sure, definitely some.
Yeah, and we were way too constricted by the topics, like at the end of the day, we just want to talk. And, we appreciate everybody for listening to us. And, no, I can hear you. You're just fine. But I appreciate everybody for listening to us, especially, you plugged out.
Yeah, to turn the thing off.
It's okay.
I was wondering why I couldn't hear anybody.
You're like, damn.
I was like, everyone's all quiet. I'm normally there we go. I'm normally the quiet one.
Yeah.
Not today.
But before we jump in, I just want to, say that we all here at the Arctic House, we have everybody, in our thoughts of, who are victims of the recent school shooting that happened yesterday on the 24th. Today's the 25th when we record.
That's so sad.
It's surreal, honestly. It's just hard to fathom that, school's not always a safe place for your kids anymore. It's really, it's beyond me, honestly, that an 18-year-old would go and take the lives of innocent kids who
had their whole life ahead of them.
But not even just that, but they weren't in any way, shape, or form involved in any of his trauma. It was the weakest thing that I've ever seen a human being do to another group of human beings. So, all the victims, the parents out there, you guys are in our thoughts and prayers.
Definitely.
And I'm not just saying it. We actually over here praying. So, now let's go ahead and get into this episode. Bartender, what are we sipping on today?
You're having a Crown Apple Mule.
A Crown Apple Mule. Okay, what's in this thing?
A little bit of Crown Royal.
Okay.
With a hint of lime and mint.
Okay. You said a little bit of Crown Royal. Not a lot of it?
Well,
I'm trying to get turned.
I won't give away my secrets.
He went heavy on the pour.
Yeah, I can taste it a little bit. It's a little strong.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. All right. So on the last episode, we were talking about breakups, and, there was an interesting question that came up where we talked about whether or not a rebound should be told that they're a rebound, right? And me and Megan went back and forth about it quite a bit. So we're gonna have a new segment on this show called Set the Record Straight. And basically, on every episode, because me and Megan do debate, there's a lot of things that we disagree on.
Yeah, there is.
There is.
We're rarely on the same page about stuff.
So for the next 5 episodes, okay, we're going to do a survey that has to do with each episode, right? Whether you believe her.
I have some pretty good arguments. I'm pretty excited.
Shit. Or you believe me. And the winner gets to pick who they're going to award a gift card to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
like a raffle type thing.
Yeah, so we're going to do a gift card, but the catch is you do have to be a subscriber to our YouTube channel. Even I know the people who are listening to this on Spotify or Apple or any other podcast streaming services, y'all going to have to hop your asses over there to our YouTube channel and make sure you subscribe so that way you can possibly be a winner of one of these gift cards. But like I said, whoever is the winner out of me and Megan, we get to choose.
It'll be 3 out of 5. So whoever wins 3 out of 5, I guess, episodes.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, whoever wins. So we'll do 5, first one to 3 wins. So it could be sooner. probably will because I'm right. And then I will get to pick a winner.
She thinks she's going to win.
Yeah, so you have to be subscribed and you have to vote, and we'll have more details later on, but that's just what we're going to be doing right now.
Yeah. Now, before we go into the survey, explain what your side was.
Okay. So the question was, should you tell a rebound that they're a rebound?
Yeah.
And I said no at first.
Okay.
Because I don't really think that's like I don't think it's anyone's business or anything like that. Because I don't think it's anyone's business. But if it's something like you're constantly messing with somebody, yeah, you can tell them. But like a one night stand thing, they don't need to know your whole life story.
Honestly, it's not the whole life story part. So my stance was that you should tell. I'm not going to say have to because I mean everyone's you're obligated to do whatever the fuck you want to do.
You can't tell people what to do.
Yeah, whatever type of character you are, that's what you're going to be. But no, you should because you just want to prepare people, right? You never know what happens, right? Like when you're just hooking up with somebody and you're just, it's casual sex type thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's usually a conversation that happens to let them know, like, hey, we're just friends with benefits, right? No feelings, no strings attached. We're just fucking. The persons you don't, so y'all just are fucking, and then just and
well,
oh my god.
Well, okay, you made me sound horrible, but no. So when I was single and I would have just like a couple, random hookups, they didn't know my life story. I was single in their eyes, and that's all that mattered.
Right, but
I don't feel like I have to disclose that.
No, but you still tell them that this is nothing serious, right? You're still telling them like, hey, like we're just fuck buddies. Don't get any feelings.
If the conversation continues after the first time, then yeah, I would make it clear. But I'm not doing it on the first time.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
And also too, like the argument was about the definition. Like my definition, which is the definition, you can Google it.
My definition was different, and I still feel like I'm right.
But it's all good.
I feel like you can't really have a rebound relationship, but I guess you can if you're still emotionally attached to that person. But in my head, definition of a rebound is just like a one-time thing. Get over somebody. You got to get under somebody. I think that's how the saying goes.
That's been debunked. But anyways, bartender, you got the results for us, right?
I do.
Okay. What do they'll say?
All right. Well, out of 29 votes, 65% say that you should tell someone they're a rebound, while 35% feel that you should tell them if they ask.
So
how many is that how many yeses and how many no's?
So that would be 19 said that yes, you should tell them that they are a rebound.
10 said no.
And 10 said no. So that's not that far off. Almost, doubled yours, but
I don't care.
That makes me the winner of this first round.
Okay.
So whatever y'all get out of this next episode, we'll probably there's going to be a couple things that we might debate about. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Now, I've been in me and my wife, we've been married for 3 years. Well, going on 3 years, and together for 6. But in any relationship that I've ever been in, it always seems like 95% of the time I'm initiating things in the bedroom.
Yeah, because you're the man.
Why? Like,
because it's sexier when a man does it.
Wait.
I'm getting like looks from the peanut gallery right now.
Oh my god! Wait, okay.
I'm the only female in here, by the way. Let's just take note of that.
No, like, ignore that. I'm just okay. Listen.
Listen what?
Listen. Don't you want how's the saying go? Do what you want to be done. Do for others what you want to be done for yourself. Mm-hmm. Right. So shouldn't it be 50-50? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you just said it's sexier when a man does it. And like my whole issue is it is sexier when a woman does it too. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, so why can't it be 50-50? Like, what is truly like the issue that women have with doing that shit?
I don't know, honestly, what the true issue is. I know for me, I feel like I like it.
What stopped you? Honestly,
what stopped me?
Like, okay, so let's say you and your significant other are in a bed and you're in the mood. And maybe he hasn't got to hit yet because this shit keeps happening. This is like this is like a reoccurring event. Like why don't you just take the action first? Like, instead of waiting for him to get the fucking hit, why don't you just jump in, take his dick out of his pants, and go to town? Like, why is it that hard? Really?
I don't know why it's that hard. Like, I don't know. I have honestly no idea for that. For me, sometimes too, is I'm not in the mood. So when he makes the mood and then he gets me in the mood. So it's not always me being in the mood to like do that. He'll get me in the mood and then I'll be like, okay. But I feel like how I initiate is I'll just get naked and then we'll just go from there and cuddle and it just goes from
That's
there.
it.
It's just so simple for women, isn't it?
It's so
Just
simple.
pull some
Just get naked.
pop a titty out or something like that.
There you go. You know what I want. No,
For real though. For real though. Guys will see that and just they'll be instantly hypnotized. Right? You're gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no.
About 80%
Like,
of the time.
first off,
80%.
I mean,
Maybe it's not a foolproof
not
plan.
to give too much details, but I sleep naked. So
Okay.
like that's not a valid sign. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what we do. So there has to be more. Like, there has to be like a sexual advance, and like, you know, what I've seen or what I've heard and what has happened to me. This is me trying to like keep some like to keep it anonymous and all that shit, but whatever. Is that if she's like, I mean, like you said, you know, sometimes you're not in a mood and your significant other will get you in the mood and then y'all doing it. But if he didn't initiate, even though you weren't in the mood all those times, you would feel less than because the sex is not as often as it used to be.
But I would voice my opinion.
Right. So you
I would definitely be like, hey, we're not fucking enough. Let's fix that.
By what?
Just okay. For me, I'm not aggressive when I want sex. Like I will, it's just like subtle things, and then it'll get him in the mood, and then it just goes from there.
I think, you know, truthfully, I think most men aren't either.
Most men aren't what?
That aggressive either. I think we're made out to be.
That's what women want. A lot of, not all, but a lot of women want that. They want like that. I don't know. It's just sexy when a guy's kind of aggressive. Well,
they want that guy who has like a nonstop sex drive and always thinks that you're, you know, attractive.
Maybe not nonstop, but like a decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to go for hours and hours and hours. I get tired.
No, that shit's overrated.
That's like some movie type shit.
That shit's unrealistic.
Mm-mm.
No,
that just lives in rap songs.
It doesn't even just live. It lives in
hours.
movies. Like, I feel like movies paint the wrong
They're not
perception.
real sex scenes. They like shoot it for a second and then change the lighting so it seems like they've been fucking for hours, and then all of a sudden, bam!
It's not even just
sex
that.
Scene.
Like the part about movies, and I'm not even talking about like you know, adult movies. I'm talking about like movies, cinematic movies. Is that they make like everything seem so sensational. You know what I mean? Like the guy is like kissing on her neck and she's like throwing her arms. I almost knocked that shit off. She's like throwing her arms about and, you know, and like losing her freaking mind to it. Like, it's really not all that.
I feel like that's like making love. I feel like a lot of people don't make love. They fuck. It's different.
I made love.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's a difference because I know the difference, and it's two completely different like experiences.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want the whole sensual love movie thing all the time.
Yeah,
you know.
But I just feel like, okay, what I'm saying is
we're getting off topic, right? What was the question?
I mean, we're going.
Okay.
Like what I'm saying is that like when you watch a movie,
mm-hmm.
you kind of have like this perception about like how sex is supposed to be.
Yeah, but it's not even close.
Especially as a man, right? Like you think like it's so easy. Like, damn, Brad Pitt is in every movie. He's knocking these bitches out.
Brad Pitt though.
But it's
you
not
get pussy anywhere.
That's not it though. That's not what I'm talking about. Like I'm talking about like the actual.
Our words out. There's a lot of profanity so far.
I know. I'm talking about like the actual, like, pleasure. You know what I mean? Like, and even when women experience pleasure, it's not as dramatic as they make it in movies.
Yeah. You want to sell it. You don't want a boring sex scene in a movie. I get what you're saying, but
it shouldn't be boring. It should be realistic.
Doesn't mean make it unrealistic.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, he's thrusting and she's just having the orgasm of her life.
Right. He pumped 2 pumps. and she's blown away.
She's scratching the walls down. She's having such a good time.
Right.
Maybe dick game's just that good. Who knows? I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, right.
In this day and age, with all the toys and gadgets and gizmos,
Toys are fun. And we're not getting on that subject.
Well, I kind of felt like too, though. Like, so the reason why I brought that up is I feel like media plays a big role in a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like media makes it cool for a lot of the men to lead on a lot of different things. And I think usually in movies, that's kind of like one of the things. Like you hardly ever, I can't name a single movie, like a cinematic movie. And you might be able to, I just don't have one on top of mind where the woman is throwing herself at the guy. Like she's pursuing him and he's not that interested. And then they end up fucking because she did it.
I mean, that's...
Like 50 Shades of Grey. It's all Christian. He's doing everything.
Well, that's a totally different type of thing. That's his thing. He likes to be in power. You can't compare someone like that, that's his thing, to like Daniel Joe Schmo.
Well, but what's wrong with a woman doing that is what he's saying.
They have dominatrix. There's plenty of those in the world.
Yeah, but...
Plenty of those in the world. So I feel like it just depends. Some women are very aggressive and will initiate it and they love sex. Most women, I feel like, don't.
Yeah, but even the ones that claim to be that, like, that's still not even the case. Like, okay.
I want to know how many women, because I feel like we have a lot of women listeners on here. Like, how many of you guys like to initiate it more? Or if you, I don't know, like, who do you agree with? Because I feel like it just depends, but I feel like it's just more because women like the men to be more assertive.
I think this is an easy one. I think this is an easy one. Because, I mean, you kind of even answered it already. Like, women like men to lead.
Yeah, it's sexy.
But men also like it, too. Because it's...
Men don't communicate that, though.
I disagree. I disagree fully.
So
I've communicated that so many times. Because, like, just like I said, like, my partner doesn't always... she's maybe not always in the mood, but if we're not doing it as much as we, normally would, there's a complaint.
Something. No, and that's what I'm saying. So like me and my boyfriend actually had this conversation because he kind of wondered, why I don't initiate it. And for me, it's just not something I've really ever had to do. Yeah. None of my other relationships really we never had that conversation before. So I would say some men will, if they feel a certain type of way, will say something, but then some men won't.
But that's like the thing too. That's why I was laughing. Like,
it's like a 50-50
like, it's so hard to like, I don't know. I feel like some of the things that as men, like we want to ask women to do is kind of like hard to communicate that thing. Like, how do you what's the right way to ask? Like, hey, can you suck my dick? Like what's the right way to ask that without it sounding...
It never doesn't feel awkward.
Right. Like
ever.
It never feels demeaning. Or it always feels demeaning. It always feels like I'm demanding something.
Closed mouths don't get fed. If you're really in touch with your partner, you should be able to communicate that they want you to move.
Okay.
He was able to, and it wasn't awkward.
So give me some tips. How do you communicate that, but without being disrespectful?
You can just be like, I feel like, I initiate sex all the time. It would make me feel good if also you did that as well. I don't want to feel like, I'm doing all the work or starting it. I want to make sure that you feel like you want to have sex as well.
Yeah, but I'm talking...
Yeah, what? That was a good answer.
Okay, yes, but... Okay, as a woman, you can go, hey, babe, could we do more foreplay? Or could we do more this? But from a woman, it never sounds like... Like, it's almost like we're expected to do what women say. And I mean, to be honest with you, if my partner tells me what she wants me to do, I'm going to do it. I guess I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to debate it. Unless it's something that violates me.
Well, it takes a woman a lot more for a woman to get off than a man. So she kind of has to give you direction. If you don't listen, she's not going to get there.
Right. I hear that. And that's a good argument. But what I would say just to push back on that is that, as men, how do I word this?
As men,
there's... I'm not trying to say this is what keeps us from cheating. Like that's a lame ass statement.
Okay.
But our sexual appetite could be pretty high.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not meaning like our sex drive, like how often we want to have sex. 'Cause I think for most men, it's actually pretty consistent, throughout our time. Like it's not like this thing where it's wavering, where I feel like with women, when women have a really high sex drive, it's obvious. It's like, damn, like she wants it all the time, 3 times a day. Fuck, I don't even have enough pumps for all that shit. But for men, it's like, hey, like let's wake up in the morning, let's get it in and whatever. But our sexual appetite can increase, which is like certain sexual favors we may have fantasized about. And yes, it's easy for men to get off, but at the same time, like it's kind of hard to communicate those things. Like, how do you say, like, hey, I want you to suck my dick without making it sound so
forward?
Yes.
If my partner told me that, I don't know, I'm his partner, so doing something like that.
You wouldn't? No, I'm not saying
I
you
wouldn't
doing it,
feel
but
awkward.
you wouldn't feel awkward, like if
No.
Really?
I want you to suck my dick more.
No, not more. Like now.
Like,
I mean,
in the moment,
Yeah.
No, you can't just be like now. You just have to communicate that you want
There
it
we
done
go.
more.
That's what we're saying.
Because as a woman, you can go.
Well,
like,
obviously, sounds like you want sex, so then you should initiate it. But you should communicate in the future for her to initiate it more. You can't just be like, "I want you to initiate sex, suck my dick now." Like that's not how it works. I want my money now.
I'm not saying
You know what I
I'm
mean?
saying
Like you
is, like,
can't do
okay.
that. You have to. The problem is communication, and that's a really bad stigma with dating.
with sex
because
and
men-
all that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because men, it's a stigma for men to express their emotions. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to be these stone walls that don't feel anything. And then, but in reality, men also have emotions as women, can be just as strong as women, if not more.
Yeah.
The whole thing is communication. You need to just get over that. I think that is what the big problem is.
Okay. And I hear you.
And some people don't know how to take like communication like that. So that's also an issue too.
Well, okay. And I hear you, and you're actually absolutely right. Like when it's an ongoing communication, yes, like it's easier for, I guess, to get what you want. If you're communicating it and your partner agrees to it, of course, your partner's not obligated to it. But at the end of the day, my belief is like if you're a married person, there's a lot of things that you should oblige on. Like my belief
Compromise.
is it's not a compromise. It's like, to me, it's literally like you should oblige. Like you should do it because some things. I'm not saying all things. I'm trying to say this without
just because like
I'm
the
trying to say
level of
this
what
without
marriage is.
without getting in trouble. What I'm saying is when you get married, okay, that is your partner. That is your person. You can only sleep with that person unless you're in an open marriage, but you can only sleep with that
Crazy.
person.
Swingers.
You can only flirt with that person. You could only do all these, romantic things with that person. You can only date that person, right? So when you're married, if I go to my wife and I go, hey, I'd like to take you on a date sometime, or I'd like to take you on a date. She doesn't have to agree to the date, like the day that we go on a date, but I feel like she would need to oblige to that because I can't take anybody else on a date, right? So even like the same thing with sex. I know I'm going down a real slippery slope here, but
I feel like compromise
I
is
feel
a
like
safer word. Oblige is not the right word. That's
for
that
me,
tricky
for
slope
me,
right there.
for me, it is the right word. I feel like you should. I feel like as a husband, if my wife was sexually frustrated, I'm the only one that can curve that. She can't go to somebody else, so I should oblige, right? If my wife wants more, I don't know, foreplay, she can't get foreplay from somebody else, so I should oblige to that, right? And I think vice versa. I'm not saying like I'm not saying you have to do it right then and there, and you have to do it in the way that, you can say no. But I think you should want to. Like, I think you should
At least try.
Yeah, I think you should honor your marriage in that way. Like to me, it's honorable. Like you should honor your marriage enough to yes, try to be more willing.
Compromise.
Yeah. No.
I
Willing.
gotcha. Next question.
No, but like, okay, I'm just saying that
We're
because
done.
like
Bartender?
even going back to like the initiating sex, like
Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, like, let's say that your partner is like, I want more dates, right? And it's like, let's say you can't because of work or something, then you can compromise
You
and
always
stuff
can.
like that.
You always can. I work a job where I have no set hours. but there's time in between where I can stop doing what I'm doing. Like to people out there who work too much to take their wives out on dates, you're doomed. You're honestly doomed.
That's how they have a secret pool boy and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
you're literally putting your work over your marriage, and
people in general do that. It's not just men, but it's both.
yeah. Now, talking about sex, or even getting to, are there certain like sex words that kind of turn you off? Because for me, there is. Like,
I want to hear yours first before I go.
well, okay, like
'Cause I always
like
share
one
first.
of them, like one of them for me is, do not call my penis a cock. Like that shit is like, it's, oh my God, I can't stress how much that word just turns me the fuck off. Like like when I think of a when I think of a cock,
I think of a
say it?
bird.
I think of, yeah, it's so hard to say, dude.
It's not a sexy word
I don't think
by
of
any means.
I think of like a pink penis, and I don't have one of those. So like when you say cock, I don't think of mine. I think of somebody else's. It's just such a fucking turn off.
It is an aggressive word,
Oh my
isn't it?
God.
Oh my God. Yeah. Cock. Can't do it.
I had this guy. We were messing around and he said the word moist and I instantly like dried up. I was like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
I was like, it made me so uncomfortable because I was like, is that the choice, like the word you're going to use?
Yeah.
So I would say that. I have to agree, cock. Penis is weird.
Penis is scientific though. That's a scientific
Well,
word
I don't,
for it.
I don't.
Like, okay, I wouldn't want. I wouldn't want
technical
somebody.
terms are weird. I don't say them.
Yeah, I wouldn't want someone to be like, "Hey, put my take your penis and put it in my vagina." Like that would sound like, okay, bitch. like we're not.
It sounds like you should be like,
We're not tid. Like we can give it
nerd
nicknames.
or something. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I really haven't had any other weird situations like that, but I know that definitely was top of my list.
Big
no.
I don't like certain nicknames either. Like
Well, we've had this conversation where you said you don't like daddy because
yeah,
you're a dad.
I don't like being called daddy. That shit is fucking cringe. Fucking cringe. But you know what I do like in replacement of it?
Is what?
Mr. Y single. I like that.
I thought you were gonna say Papa.
No, not Papa. But if you call me Mr. Y single, that shit is like, okay. There you go.
Yeah,
but you can't call me daddy.
That sounds like some 50 Shades of Grey type stuff. See,
yeah. I like submissive shit.
That doesn't surprise me. But I don't have any. This is a kind of an awkward question for me.
Why? Because you can't think of any at the moment.
I can't. Well, I did think of one. That was the one I thought
That was
of.
the only one?
Yeah, I'm not a big talker during sex, and I haven't really hooked up with a lot of guys that talk during sex.
It's not
don't initiate
it's not even
it.
just okay. It's not the talking during sex. It's like the words you will see online when even how people describe sex. Like for example, like another word or nickname. Like I don't like when women refer to their pussies as snatches. Like
whoa,
What kind of women are you messing with?
that's
No,
wild.
I'm not saying,
That sounds like some older type shit.
I'm not saying I'm messing with them. I'm saying that this is how I've heard it be described by the public. Snatch.
That sounds dangerous. Like you're gonna catch something if you fuck around with that.
lick my snatch.
It's
like
a
that's-
trap.
Oh,
That's a
God.
trap. That's like someone trying to get pregnant right there.
Yeah, see, the bartender
Trying to
agrees.
trap them?
Bartender's super turned off right now.
She'd be cut off.
Snatch.
Cut off.
Cookie. I don't like that shit either. Like anything that makes it sound like we're fucking playing around and shit. Like I don't like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like
make believe.
Yeah, I don't like little kid shit. Like
More just
That's
goofiness.
understandable. I guess I'm pretty basic. I don't go out of the way. I don't have special names, but I don't use technical terms. So I don't know. I've never met a guy that's named his thing before, and if they have, they haven't told me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like I have no idea.
Yeah, that's
I feel like some guys do that. Why are you laughing?
because I can't imagine a guy naming his shit. Like I just can't. I
Are
can't.
you kidding me?
Guys do that.
Yeah, it's
the
pretty
man,
fun.
the legend. You see that shit all the time.
Really?
You never seen those shirts where it's like an arrow and it says pointing up, it says the man, and then it says pointing down the legend.
Oh my God.
Well, the legend's a bit much, but
Yeah, I was like, those guys are
you can give it some.
compensated.
You can give it a fun nickname.
That's like the equivalent of a dick pic. Like that's like
No, that's funny.
That's
a dick pic's
invasive.
not funny.
that's not funny.
They're not.
Them calling their penis a legend is not funny.
I think it's if it's a shirt, yeah, okay, but like if they got like a tattoo that says legend down there, that's taking it too
No,
far.
that would be funny.
And I want to think I've seen something like that. I've seen a girl do that too.
Ew.
Oh my
Called
God.
her shit the legend?
She did something.
Oh
She did.
God.
She had an arrow and had something.
I've seen a lot of tattoos like that. Actually.
Yeah, I think they're hilarious.
It's always trashy.
See, that would be
it is trashy, but it's funny.
that would be an immediate turn off.
like
Like
dick
if a
dumpster.
woman, if a woman called it the legend, like
There's been a lot of people exploring that one.
yeah, it's like that shit has been around for a long time.
Just turn the
huh?
lights off. You won't see the tattoo.
Nah, see, we ain't doing that. I need the lights on. I have to have the lights on.
Lights
Really?
off. I vote. Yeah, always like the lights off.
I don't like the lights off because I mean, as I already said, like I'm dominant, so like I need to see like what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to hurt you. So like at the end of the day, like I need to like
Okay.
I gotta see the reactions are so important to me. Like reactions are everything to me. And that
I don't know. I'm pretty self-conscious a little bit. So I mean, I am and I'm not. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
like having the lights off. It's always a request.
No, I need eye contact.
You can have eye contact. Well, there's like a nightlight in there. I'm talking about like my current relationship. There's a nightlight in there, so there is some light, but it's not like, all the lights are on. You know what I
like a
mean?
little-
Just like spotlight on us. No, I'm good.
I need full blast.
No,
I need all them lights on. I need to see everything.
no, it's okay. I sound so boring, but no, it's okay.
I was listening to this other podcast. Actually, I'll say the name. I was listening to this podcast called "See the Thing Is," and I think I actually sent you this particular episode. But they were talking about how a lot of women experience like PTSD when it comes to their significant other giving them flowers, because
Is that a code for something?
yeah, it was like a lot of times, and I'll admit, like I've even done this in the past. Like a lot of times as men, sometimes we gift women things if we did something wrong. Like if we're trying to make up for something, like
Yeah.
we'll buy flowers.
So if they get
Right.
flowers, they think something's wrong.
Yes, they immediately go into like mode of, hey, what happened? What'd you do? Did you cheat on me? What's going on? Right?
Yeah.
Is that something like, I don't know, like when you get certain gifts or get like certain behavior from your significant other that's kind of out of the ordinary, does it kind of give you PTSD based off of like something you've experienced before in the past?
Yeah, there are some things. It's not gift giving for me.
Okay.
I don't like hiding phones. So if you're on your phone and I come in and then like, you don't have your screen towards me, immediate red flags.
So as soon as you come in, they had to show the screen like that?
No, asshole. But I'm talking about like if they're just laying there, right, and they see you come in, they're like, oh, hide their phone. Like you can put your phone away, but if they're like making sure that you can't see their screen, I'm not saying I look, but I'm just saying if it looks like they're suspicious, that for me is a red flag. I don't know how to explain it. I've had it happen before. My ex used to do it to me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'd come into the room, he'd be on his phone, I'd come sit next to him, and he would immediately put it away, never be on his phone around me, and then when I would get up, he'd be on his phone.
But what if he put his phone away? Well, I'm not saying your ex, because your ex was a piece of shit.
He cheated.
But, because like, so for example, I sometimes do it with Jasmine where, and like women kind of have like this thing where
What do we have, Prentice? Tell me.
if you guys hear the PlayStation tone go off, immediately you're not getting enough attention. It's like, I have to walk into the room, you need to shut it off, and we got to talk about my day.
That's not true. Go game. I want to do something else. I let Jody game all the time. There'll be times I'll just come over and he'll game for hours and I'll just sit on his bed and just be on my phone or something.
I'm going to confirm this later with Jody.
It doesn't. Bullshit. I let him do that all the time.
That's hella funny.
I'd rather have him game than out be doing some stupid shit.
Well, all I'm saying is women tend to be
Yes, they do.
particularly
I don't.
bothered anytime we're busy with something other than them. right? Like if I start watching a TV show that's not one of ours, she's like, turn that off. Hey, why can't we just watch our show? Like, okay, well, I just wanted to watch my anime, right? Or I start playing the PlayStation. Oh, like, well, hey, I had a bad day at work. Say you can't talk to me about your bad day. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like I've hidden my phone not because I'm trying to hide something, but it's because it's like, all right, I know when she comes in the room, if I'm doing something other than giving her attention, she's going to be frustrated about it.
But that's a problem. That's not healthy.
That's
not healthy.
I swear that's most women.
Okay, I don't live with my current boyfriend. We are not at that stage yet. But like if I go over there and I'm over there for a while and like he doesn't ask me, hey, can I game or is it okay? Can I continue? Because if he doesn't,
there we go. Go ahead, continue.
Because if he doesn't ask me, and then I will want attention, but there'll be times I'll be fine with it. You just have to communicate with me.
Wait, so here we go.
There have been times where I've let him game, and then he's gamed longer than I wanted him to. But I tell him, hey, I want attention.
But he has to ask you that if it's okay before he does it.
Why the fuck am I coming over if you're just going to game? I don't live with him, so it's different. It's not like we live together. Because if we live together, it would be different. I wouldn't mind if he gamed all the time because I would be around him. I don't have to go home.
Okay. So, I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I don't know what women do with their spare time.
There are women that are like that. There's a ton of women that are like that. But like for my personal experience with Jody, it's not like that.
Okay.
Sounds like we need more lady gamers out there.
We probably do.
Lady gamers rise up.
Maybe they'll understand.
Oh, yeah. We'll game together, too. It's really fun. I totally support that. It's really fun.
Are you good at them, though?
Yeah, we play Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
I love that game. I usually survive.
Okay.
Yeah,
Usually
about like 8 out of 10 times I'll survive.
Okay. Well, I'll have to confirm that with Jody later on, too.
Whatever. I'm not talking this big old game, motherfucker. You're my best friend. You're supposed to believe me over my boyfriend.
Look, listen, I believe in statistics. And I also believe what has happened.
You never believe my personal experience. Every time I tell you, you're like, yeah, but
I don't
this
believe
and
in your
that.
personal experience. It's that I've known you for so long. So when people tell me like, oh yeah, I just got into anime, and they're like, I can talk to you about every anime now. Like, no, you can't. Because then I start talking about some shit you can't talk about. It's like, you just got an anime, right? So it's like, if you started gaming because you have a partner that games, you can't convince me that you're good at games. You can't. You can convince me that you enjoy them. That's fine. I can believe that.
I gamed before him. Okay. And then that's exactly how we started talking is because he asked me to play he asked me to play Dead by Daylight with him.
So, okay, here's the test. And men out there, this is how you know if is she a gamer or not. It's simple. Did you have the console before you got with him? Did you have your own console?
I've never had. So the last console I had was a PS2. All of my boyfriends.
PS2?
Yeah, PS2. So PS2. The last time I had a console of my own was PS2.
What's that?
My ex had a PS3. And it goes on from there. And I would play on theirs all the time. I've just never had the money to go spend it on. I'm not going to drop $400 on that. But I know how to play. I have a PS4 at the house right now. It's not my console. It's like the house's console. My parents bought it for the house, so I play that. Yeah. But I don't have my own.
There we go. You're not a gamer, but you like to game. That's the.
Why you gotta bring me down?
I'm not bringing you down.
You are so bringing me down.
I'm just realistic.
Listen here, bitch. You ain't a gamer because you don't have a console. You enjoy it, but you ain't a gamer.
Would you? Okay. Would you say you're a car enthusiast if you don't have a car?
Yeah, because you just means you're broke. I agree with that. You may not have money to buy a car. What are you talking about? And besides, if I've always had one around me, why would I spend that money?
It's like calling yourself a millionaire without having $1 million.
It's not the same thing.
Being a gamer and not having a video game console is the equivalent of calling yourself a millionaire and not having $1 million.
Can we change the subject, please? I feel really bullied right now.
Okay, my bad. I'm not trying to bully you. I'm not trying to bully you.
I don't agree. I don't fucking agree. Let's just be clear. But we're going to move on to the subject.
Speaking about flowers and flowers being...
PTSD type shit. I've never heard that. That's really sad if that is something that women experience. Because Flowers are supposed to be a really nice gesture and a loving gesture.
I've never heard that, but I've seen it. I've never heard it until that podcast I listened to,
Mm-hmm.
but I've seen it. I've experienced it. I've bought in my partner gifts, and she questioned me about why I bought her the gifts. But speaking of flowers, is corny shit in still? Like, I mean, people may not agree with me. I feel like I've been pretty toxic this whole episode. So
Pretty much.
I'm gonna lose some fans. People, I'm getting the two podcasts that I'm on mixed up.
No, this is fun.
Enemy number one over here.
I know women are gonna hate the fuck out of me. I'm so sorry, guys.
Well, I need to win. I
promise
want to
you-
win.
I promise you, I'm in a happy marriage because of my views.
He is. I will attest to that.
But yeah, I think flowers are corny. I think there's a lot of things now, like maybe your parents would have been able to do with
Yeah.
and it would have been okay in that era.
Yeah.
But now it's not okay, right?
It
Like it's
just
still corny. Like is corny stuff out? No.
No, I think it just depends on the person. I think this generation kind of makes people feel like if you do something corny, it's not cool. But I mean, honestly, if you really get like a heartfelt gesture from the person that you're with, it means a lot.
Okay. So
Outside opinions, I feel like a lot of people have outside opinions and they're not in relationships. They probably haven't had a healthy relationship like that, because I feel like that's part of having a healthy relationship is wanting to do those gestures for your partner.
Okay. Here's some corny stuff. Okay. Let me start. I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
rattle some shit off.
Okay, let's go.
Love letters. Is that corny?
No, it's not corny. It's really romantic and it's very rare.
Okay. From the right person.
Well, obviously.
There we go. Okay. So typically you back in the day, you really didn't get
So many stipulations on these.
No, it's not. It's just reality, right? Like okay, for example, I got a love letter in junior high.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't from the right person. It wasn't from the person I even knew. It was
just because you write a letter doesn't mean it's like that person's going to be with you. But at the time,
no, but it was weird at that time.
okay, but that's I think it's circumstantial then, because if you're with somebody and they do that, then yeah, that's sweet. But if you just get a random gesture,
that's what I'm talking
about.
Okay.
Kind of weird, especially if you don't know the person.
There we go. So
don't confess your love to me on the first time you try and talk to me.
Okay, then let me clarify.
Fuck.
Let me clarify. Someone, let's say you're single.
Okay.
Is corny shit in? Is corny shit going to get your attention? If some guy dropped off a bouquet of roses, is that going to get him in the door?
Yes.
Okay. If some guy writes you a love letter and it arrives in the mail,
how the fuck did you get my address? That is not okay.
That's a good point.
That is not okay. That means you've been stalking me. You've been following me home.
What about the bouquet? Where was that dropped off?
There you go.
It didn't matter with the flowers.
He didn't say to send it to my home. You can bring me the flowers.
Okay, wherever. He drops it off at your work. Or a mailman drops it off at your work. You don't even know.
The letter?
Yeah, the love letter.
Letters are no-go.
Okay, no
Letters
go.
are no-go unless it's from somebody like your actual partner.
Okay. Sings you a song.
No.
No?
Okay, well, it depends, because you know this story, which is why you're bringing this up. There was this dude that I was talking to on one of our first dates. We went to this park and he serenaded me, and it was the one. And if you are watching this, you are so sweet, but it was one of the most embarrassing fucking things I've ever went through. It was so embarrassing. I couldn't stand it. But like, if Jody can sing me a song at home, like if we're together, then that's not corny.
But that's your okay. I'm talking about single. I'm saying,
you're right.
When I'm saying corny romantic gestures, I'm talking about, does that get you in the door?
I think that did not. I mean, I still talked to him after because
You felt bad.
No, we ain't spilling all the tea right now. No, I wanted to see where things went. But no, honestly, that was really embarrassing because we were at a park and then it became busy and then it was everyone just staring at us while it was happening, and I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Am I supposed to look at him like lovingly? Like, I don't know this fool. Like, why are you singing me this song?
It was okay.
Pro tip. Don't serenade a girl until after you get in a relationship. I'm so serious. It's creepy before.
Yep. Not at karaoke night.
Karaoke night's different. Okay, that is the environment.
So if you're just at a
that.
karaoke place and some guy goes, "Hey, I want to dedicate this to the girl with the red hair."
Okay. Yeah. That might. Okay. Yeah, that
See,
would make me
there we
feel
go.
awkward.
Okay. All right.
Last call.
Okay. The bartender has a question for us. What do you got for us, bartender?
I've got a steamer for you. It's really going to get you guys going.
Oh, boy.
I hope, at least.
Let's hear it.
What's better, summer or winter?
As you can tell, I'm sweating my ass off right now. Well, for the people who are listening on Spotify and all those other I am sweating my ass off right now.
Yes, he is. He's glistening over
there.
there.
Like 100-something degrees right now in Sacramento, and it's 8 o'clock. It's crazy. This is how it is. I used to love the summertime because school was out. No, fuck it. I'll take the winter.
I feel like that's a hard question. I like summer clothing. I love summer fashion. The less, the better. But I think there's more fun stuff to do in the summer as well. Yeah. Winter I say summer over winter.
Okay.
For sure.
Bartender, is this a follow, like a lead question to something?
It's not. It's just which one is better.
Okay.
Because I knew you guys would disagree.
Well, we did. It's something so simple.
Always.
Summer. I like summer better.
Okay.
You can do more stuff. And my birthday's in July.
You can't do more stuff in the summer. Honestly, I want to like summer better. I really do. Like, I want to like summer again. It's just so freaking hot right now.
Well, I guess it just honestly depends too, like where you are in the world, because summer's not different.
That's true.
Summer is cold on the other side of the world.
I know.
Right?
Plus we have listeners all over the United States.
Yeah.
So I'm sure summer for y'all is probably different. Unless, to be honest, I feel bad.
California's hot right now.
I feel bad for y'all in the South. I really fucking do. Because I know how it gets in the South. In the
hot as fuck.
Not just hot, but it gets humid. It gets humid out there. So I know y'all going through. I used to live out there. So let's do that truth or not, bartender.
I think we got
a couple more minutes here. You can get that in.
I can keep y'all here for a little longer.
Yeah, let's go.
My favorite customers.
Your only customer.
Well, all right. Truth or no? Porn is harmful to you and your relationships.
Nah.
Ooh.
I don't think so. I think it's healthy to watch porn together as a couple, so I don't think it's detrimental.
I disagree.
Have you ever watched porn with your couple, your significant other?
Not my current one, because I don't partake in porn. But with
does she not agree with it?
It's not just her. So I had a significant other I did with, and there was no benefit of it. But when I was in a relationship where I did partake in it, it really killed my sex drive. It did. It completely
kind of going back to what you're saying earlier, how it's over dramatic and not the same. So if you watch that and then actually have sex, it's not the same.
No, it's not just that. It's as a man, you kind of really get so many loads a day. You know what I mean? So when you're addicted to, when you have a porn addiction,
don't want to waste any ammo, huh?
Yeah, it just after it's gone.
But that's not the.
it's gone. So I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's healthy because I think porn is highly addictive.
Well, you just sat there and watched the whole thing and finished without.
What are you talking about? Do you know how? I don't know the numbers, but I would venture to guess the average amount of watch time for any male is about 3 minutes. It could be an hour-long porn. I guarantee you, most men are only watching 3 minutes of that fucking part.
The most time comes from finding the video.
Yeah, I know, going on the
page
7th
after
or 8th or 100th page to find that one.
And then it's just 3
That
minutes.
shit sucks.
I'm just saying, it's highly addictive, and it could also lead to neglect. It could also lead to you neglecting your partner, and in turn getting in, because porn is instant gratification. That's what it is. It's
to be fair, that wasn't the question.
No, the question was, is porn harmful to your relationship? And I believe it is, because it provides it provides something that my partner cannot do. My partner cannot give me the same level of instant gratification that porn can. My partner is not 24 hours available in my fucking pocket.
Yeah, but that sounds like an extreme situation that's not like that for everybody. So I don't feel like porn is really detrimental to a lot of relationships.
I think it's like that for
a lot more men than you think.
Than they are willing to acknowledge. I think there are a lot of secret porn watchers out there. I think there's a lot of people who are married and believe that their partner does not partake in porn. I'm just gonna call it is. A lot of you wives out there, your husband's lying. They're watching porn.
I would expect men to look at porn. It's just something I expect. It's something I'm surprised about. I watch porn as well, so for me, it's not. To me, I don't think it's harmful. I mean, I'm not watching it all the time and getting off all the time. Like that's what you're making it sound like men do, and like, yeah, yes and no. But I mean, if you have someone at home, you shouldn't be having to get off by yourself all the time.
If life isn't that bad, you shouldn't get addicted to drugs, right? It's the same argument, but it still fucking happens because people have addictive personality types.
Mm-hmm.
Addiction runs in is genetic, and two, once you get started on something that is highly addictive, I mean, it's a stimulant. Porn is a stimulant. It is.
The real problem about it is it's so easily accessible.
Exactly. It's easily accessible, and you can get sexual satisfaction all on your own. You don't have to have someone there.
Anytime.
Yeah.
On your phone.
So,
I think it just depends. I think it honestly depends because it sounds like you're saying an extreme situation. And I agree when that's extreme situation, what you're saying. But like in a normal relation, like normal where they don't have that addiction or anything like that, I don't think it's harmful.
hey, I know people who do coke recreationally, but
That's harmful to you. It's not the same thing.
to me, it's the same thing. It's porn is harmful.
Okay, so we disagree on that.
Okay, next one.
Alrighty. How fast your significant other moves on after a breakup tells you how much they loved you.
No.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you.
No.
That's a no.
Because that's where the rebound comes in. Sometimes people just rebound to feel better when they're still hurting.
No, and also too, like, there's so many elements of a breakup. There's not just rebound, but there's realization. I can't tell you how many times I've broken up with someone and realized the person just wasn't good for me.
Yeah, but you still love them and have all these strong feelings for them.
Exactly.
But you just realized they weren't that person for you.
Exactly.
And sometimes people can come into your life at the most random time.
Yeah.
And that does happen a lot. That's happened to me in the past where I've ended something and I'm not looking for anything and that person just comes right along.
Right. And
so it's more common than people think. I think again, it's a stigma.
Right. And there's like this, first off, I hate this fucking stigma out there where it's like, if you love somebody, you shouldn't want to get over them fast. Like where people are made to feel bad because they got over their partner fast. You know what I mean? Like especially with men, oh, he didn't really love me because, he's already doing this. He's already in another relationship. Like, what is wrong with moving on? Like you should honest to God, if the relationship is over, you should want your partner to move on.
I feel like,
because I want that.
I feel like it's a little bit different for men than women because I feel like with women, they can get attached more emotionally easier. Like a lot more women can easier than men, I feel like. And I feel like, I don't know, it takes a little bit more for a man to get like hooked. So I feel like when they move on, when men move on really, really quick, something's already in the works or something, I don't know. I don't know how.
Wow. This is what I will say. Men are pretty simple. We're not putting that much thought into shit. So
exactly, women do. So I feel like when they move on.
No, what I'm saying is like it's really not that deep. Like when we move on, is not because something was already in the works. It's because there was a realization that shit.
Thinking with the wrong head? No,
there's a realization that hey, this just wasn't good for me. Like there's nothing wrong with realizing that someone you loved wasn't actually right for you. That's why not everybody's getting married.
So like even if they're the bad person in the relationship and they move on, that's still okay.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with protecting your peace. There's nothing wrong with moving on. There's nothing wrong with bettering your life. If you break up with somebody and you move on the next day, more power to you. I wish I could do that in any relationship.
That's not okay because that happened to my sister. That happened to my sister. He cheated on her. He broke up with her. He broke up with her and was engaged to her within a month.
Okay. So what was he supposed to do? Not if he met somebody that he fell madly in love with and felt that she was the one, is he supposed to not marry her because
I'm not saying that, but you can wait. You know what? I think I take my answer back. I think when people move on too quickly, it can look like that, but I don't think it's like they didn't love you. I just feel it's like it's respect for that person. If that person didn't wrong you, right? Why not wait a little bit or not make it public? Like, it's just respect to that person because they have feelings as well. If they didn't do anything and you guys just didn't work out, why be an asshole and be like, oh, I'm already with somebody else?
This is our next survey question right here. This is the one. This is the one. Because I fully disagree. If I am in a new relationship, I am
So if you and Jasmine broke up today, you guys divorced, and then she was with somebody tomorrow, you would be okay with that. You would be 100% fine with that.
Whether I would be okay with that or not is none of her business. That's not her responsibility. If
you owe somebody the responsibility to be a kind person, you guys have shared a part of each of your lives with somebody. If they didn't wrong you, you can respect that person. Why just fuck off their feelings like that if they didn't end bad?
If I get into a new relationship, that person is owed 100% of my effort. That's it. I am not any way, shape, or form. If I'm ready for a new relationship, I'm not attached to the other person. It doesn't matter how much history we have. It doesn't matter when the history ended. If I'm in a new relationship, that person is going to get the best of me, period. And I'm not going to shortcut our relationship because my ex might have a problem with the fact that I'm in a new one. That's none of her business. And even if she had an issue with it, she'll get over it because that's what people do.
You sound like a fucking asshole right now. You sound like such an asshole right now. It's literally making me so mad. I've had this happen to me and my sister's happened to me. It is one of the most devastating fucking things when someone just moves on.
It hurts.
Yeah, and it's like, where's the respect?
I am not
You can at least
discounting,
respect them a little bit. It's like you're just saying fuck their feelings.
I'm not discounting that it hurts. I'm not discounting that people's feelings are hurt and that there's another person on the other end. That's not what I'm discounting. But what I'm saying is, if I am getting out of a relationship, I am not putting my life on hold because someone else's feelings might be hurt.
It's not putting yourself on hold.
The problem with it is, if I'm hiding my current relationship, it's putting my life on hold. The problem with that is where do you draw the line? Some people take longer to get over something than other people. Some people might take a couple weeks. Some people might take a couple years. But at the end of the day, there's going to be some type of pain. So personally, yes, this may make me sound like the asshole. I'm going to rip the Band-Aid. I am. If I got out of one relationship with a person that did not make me happy and I was not able to make them happy and I got into a new relationship, I am not hiding that new relationship. That just sends the wrong message to my new partner. That tells her that we're not that serious. That tells her that, hey, the other person is just as equally important as you are. If this hurts your feelings that I'm hiding our relationship, well, I'm so sorry because I don't want to hurt my ex's feelings. You get what I'm saying? Like, I get it because truly, Megan, I've been through it.
I've been on both sides, so I get it. And when I heard my ex moving on was so bad, I felt horrible. Yeah, I feel like you can block the person so they don't see it. I mean, I feel like that's being respectful.
You know the respectful thing.
Just a brag in their faces. I mean, who knows why you ended a relationship and all this type of stuff? And it's like, what if you guys just didn't work out? I don't know.
You know, okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of my business out there on Front Street. When when me and the mother of my kids broke up, she did not move on from me immediately. She did not move on from me after a year. She did not move on from me after a couple months. But every time I got into a new relationship, or every time I even started dating someone and I thought it was going to turn into a relationship, what I did, and I knew it was going to hurt her feelings, and I wasn't trying to hurt her feelings, but it was out of respect. What I did was I told her, hey, I have a Valentine's Day date and I really like this person and I hope one day that this person can meet the kids. Did she cry? Yes. Was she hurt? Yes. But did she respect me for it? Yes. Did she respect the relationship? Yeah. As much as she could at that time.
Okay. What I'm talking about though is like right after a relationship, because you don't just hop into a relationship with somebody. You have to talk to them for a while. So to have something so new after like, let's say like a month or so, I mean, it's just, I don't know.
I know. I'm gonna give my new partner everything I got. That's who I owe it to.
But you can be respectful about it.
Yeah, and there's so many ways to be respectful without hiding your relationship, because that's respecting one person and disrespecting another. I'm gonna do it in a way where both parties feel like they were respected.
But you just said a second ago, basically, fuck that person. You're gonna give your new relationship their all.
Yeah, I never said I wasn't going to tell the other person. I never said that. I actually specifically stated a personal experience where I did tell my ex that I was getting into a new relationship. That's the respectful thing to do. It's not hide your relationship. That's not the respectful. The respectful thing is to be upfront. If you're a man, be a man about it. If you're a woman, be a woman about it. Tell your ex. There's nothing hurtful about that. The person might be hurt, but shit, like you did the right thing. You're not.
People don't do that though. People just will break up and they be bam in a new relationship. I agree with you that they should be able to talk to about it, but people don't do that. They just break up.
They do.
And then they are all of a sudden with somebody else with no explanation. Nothing. And that is fucking horrible and rude.
And that sucks.
You should, like I said, if you didn't end things bad, if that person didn't cheat and it's just they weren't meant to be, you should still have some respect for that person as a person, not as a person in a relationship.
Yeah, I get that, and I agree. I agree with that. But therefore, I'm still going to give my new relationship my all.
If Jody broke up with me and was with another girl the next day, I'd be flipping shit. I
know you would.
I would be flipping through. Why are you with someone else so quickly? Like, you obviously had to talk to them before we broke up to be with them the next day.
Next truth or no, bartender. What you got for us?
Oh, man, that one made me mad.
We're running past closing time quite a bit here, so I got one more.
We got one
for
more
you.
here.
It's a little less complicated. In a relationship, texting other people is definitely cheating.
That sounds like insecurity right there. No, you can have friendships and text other people. You just have to have, I guess, rules to it. Like, we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, texting other people is definitely not cheating. That's control.
Hiding?
That's so
now,
fucking
texting
controlling.
someone and hiding, that could be considered cheating. Why are you hiding your messages? You should be able, if you're having a conversation with somebody, I should be able to see it if it pops up.
Okay. Hiding. Yes. Okay. How do I phrase this without once again making me sound like a fucking?
You're already the villain this episode.
I know.
Just go for it.
I'm going to be the villain this whole podcast. My wife sees everything. She sees every text message if she wants to. She sees all my Facebook messages, my Instagram messages, if she wants to. However, I am always there. I don't. Here's the thing. Okay. Context is everything.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
If you misconstrue something, you can easily misconstrue something if you're looking for something else, right? If you're trying to find your partner cheating or you're trying to find your partner being sneaky, you can take certain things as that. You can. And it could be completely out of context. It could be completely like looked at the wrong way. So anytime like she's looking through, like, which my wife really rarely ever does. I always explain the context. I'm always like, hey, go back a couple of text messages so that way you can see the whole conversation. Because if you just read this one message, you're going to take it the wrong way.
That's why I hate texting.
And that's,
texting.
that's why I personally don't think you should hide your messages, but I do think that you shouldn't just go through somebody's phone. You shouldn't just grab someone's phone and just start going through it, because you're 9 times out of 10, you're not going to like what you see. And it's not because something's going on. It's just because the way you're interpreting it. Here's another example of that. Okay. With my Instagram. Now, I did photography. I don't really do photography anymore, but I am heavily in video and all that stuff. So I do follow a lot of people in that community. I follow a lot of photographers, a ton. I follow a lot of videographers. I follow a lot of models. I follow some actors, right? That is what my Instagram is filled with. I am not in any way, shape, or form in control of what they post. I'm not, right? So there are times where I am scrolling on Instagram and my wife walks by and just so happens to be a photo of a model that I'm not purposely going to that page or purposely going to that photo, but it just so happens to be a photo of a photographer posting a picture of a model, which happens to be half dressed, which, to be honest with y'all, in my opinion, that's not real photography. It's not that hard to do. If she saw, I do kind of change the orientation of my phone. Like, oh shit. Because I don't want her to get the wrong idea. I don't want her to think of it as like, that's what I'm
like, oh, he's checking
for.
out other women.
Right. Like, cause I can't control what other people.
Look at a girl with a fat ass. That's perfectly fine with me. That
doesn't bug you, but that does bug some other women. And truthfully, once again, context is everything, and every situation has a story. So yeah.
I just wish people would just, dude, they just...
So
people don't know how to have a healthy fucking relationship. They just freak out over the littlest shit. Literally.
Well, Megan, people have insecurities. I have insecurities. You have insecurities, right? So depending on what you've experienced that have created that insecurity, whether it's our own or created by a situation that we've been in that looks familiar to us, that's what happens. There's certain things that may appear as cheating to you, which may not be. There are certain things that may appear as your partner not, like their feelings waning for you when it really isn't. It's just maybe they're going through some shit. But people deal with their own stuff. And that's what a lot of people forget in relationships is like, you're still individuals. You're not like just because you got in a relationship doesn't mean like now you're joint at the hip together and
everything is about, like, you guys know everything about each other.
Right. Like it's not Prentice Jasmine. It's Prentice and Jasmine, right? Mm-hmm. Like she has her dreams that she came into this relationship with, and I empower her to pursue those dreams still. And a lot of those dreams don't involve me, like work. I'm not going to tell her how far and deep she can get into that. Just like the same way with me. This is why I'm able to do this podcast, because she supports what I do, because this is a dream that I had before. So a lot of people forget that. But I think that's a good place to end. This is the happy hour, and we definitely probably ran over an hour. Now, as I already stated before, we have a lot of people who are listening to this podcast from all over the United States, and I know we definitely do have some people out there in Texas. So once again, you guys are definitely in our thoughts and prayers. I just want to thank everybody who is listening to the podcast or watching it on YouTube. Please make sure that you guys subscribe so that way you can stay up to date on anything that's going on. And once again, so that way you can vote. And the place to vote. So in the description, there should be a link to my Instagram page. That's where I hold all of my surveys. And I don't believe that Megan has her Facebook page on there, but her Instagram page is also on there as well. So she'll also do a survey on her Instagram. So that way you guys can vote and have a chance to win some money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's easy.
Get some bills paid just for listening to us and participating and stuff.
And agreeing with me. Yeah.
As a final little refresher, just in case you want to hear it again, the question for the survey this week is going to be how fast your significant other moves on after breaking up, depending if they loved you or not. Like, how much did they love you? Depends on how quick they move on.
There we go. So
keep an eye out for that survey.
Yep. Keep an eye out. And
I feel like our answers didn't go to that. I feel like it
sure
kind of.
did.
I feel like they went.
Mine did, at least.
I say yes. It does. Not how much they love you. It's just respect for the person. It's just different wording.
Oh, let's not get into it. I want to go home. Bars
right,
closed.
Well, y'all have a good night, and thank you for listening.
Bye.